In this session, we're going to talk about how to build out your profile that will be sitting here on the brands page. So on the brands page, just to go through each of these tiles, a buyer, a salesperson, a manager, etc., would be able to see this tile here with the information. If you are a brand that has multiple sub-brands, those would be right here, and anybody would be able to see those. Now you will be able to manage which of your different brands will be displayed here on the brands page. Also, if a buyer wants to know more information about your brand, they can always click on this little 3 dots and be able to find more information over here. So you'll be able to add an address, you'll be able to add a large image, you'll be able to set all of the different product categories that your brand sells, as well as an overview of your brand. So, how do we go to manage this? I'm going to click into the LSpace site and click into the new admin panel. Now there's a whole other recording session and webinars coming on the admin panel. So in this video, I'm really going to only be focusing on the place and area to be managing this community profile page. So you're going to click in where this is community. The first thing you're going to see is your primary profile. So it is the primary profile. So this is the primary profile right now, and it's what is shown on this first tile. So if we go into the live area here, what would be shown here on this first tile. So when it's asking for the image, it's going to be the image that is here on the main tile here for your site. Now, if you have a company that may have multiple brands, you could split this area between the two with a single image. You may want to put something that is less brand specific, or it may be something that just shows what vertical you're in. So this is where you're going to go ahead and manage that main tile. So you could change your address here. Changing your address here will also change it on the review page. So just to make sure that everything is consistent, this is where you can also be managing your address as well as any contact email that you may want to add here. Once you've done that, you go ahead and click Save. Now you're also going to have the opportunity to go ahead and put your primary cover image. So again, this will show the address that you've put above. This would show whether you have 1 or 2 brands here, which we'll go ahead and manage down here. And then this is the image here that's going to be on that tile. So you can just go ahead and upload a new image. The aspect ratio is 2:3 with a maximum size of 10 megabytes. So it does go ahead and tell you that. And the second piece that you're going to manage is your individual brand's profile within these tiles. So for example, if LSpace had 2 different brands here, you could decide, first of all, what do you want to show? Do you want it to show on the main tile or not? So although there are 2 different brands here, we have shown that LSpace wants to show, and this one's no longer accessible. So this one doesn't exist anymore. So they're going to go ahead and turn it off. So as you can see, if I go over to the brands tile, even though there may be 2 brands, it's only showing 1 brand here. So that's how you can decide exactly what brands or divisions that you want to show in that tile on the main Access Now page. Then you can go ahead and select your brand category. You can select multiple. You can go ahead and use the search. You can select a main category. So maybe I just want swimwear, or maybe I want to go down to the actual level of bikinis, one pieces, etc. So you could be very high level and just click something like women's swim, or you could go down to the very detailed level. You can add multiple as well. Then you can go ahead and add a brand description. So where are these going to show? I'm going to go over into the main area here. This area right here would be all the categories that you've selected. It would be all the categories for all the brands. So since this is kind of a main overarching tile, it will pull up all the categories for all the brands. Now, if I click in here, I'm in the main area of LSpace, And now I can see all of the different product categories that we've selected there to show here. If they were different for the second brand, they would show differently underneath there. And last, you have your description, and then you could put a different image. So I happen to have the same image for my main profile and my second profile, but I could go ahead and put a different image there, and now that would show a different image under that unique brand. Again, it will also be the same aspect ratio. So if I go here again, I'm able to now see a very large image. These could be different, as well as the product categories and a product description. This should allow you to very much manage exactly what's shown on that brand's page, as well as on the individual detail page. Again, this is a way for you to market your brand to your buyers that are already buying from you. So again, nobody's going to be seeing this at this point, except for those buyers that are already buying from your brand. If you do not go ahead and fill out the admin dashboard, so again, the admin panel community page, it's going to have a default image that looks something like this. It will pull the logo from your site as well as the city that is already in your address, but that's pretty much all that you'd be able to have. So for example, if I click into the details of this one, it's going to look very plain since I have not added any of that other information. Or this one again, it will look very plain because none of that extra information is added. So again, we really recommend that you go into the new admin panel, go into the community section, make sure that your address is right, go ahead and add a primary cover image, and then go ahead and set up each of your different brands' profiles. Again, they can each have a different image if you want, or if you want to just not have an image, it would just stack one on top of each other. Here, I'll go back in here with all of your different information with each logo. Thanks, and we're excited to see how you start building out your brand profile.